Today I want to talk about the gear that I am changing into, that I'm moving away from. So you remember the A7RII, the camera that I've been using for most of my times. In fact, all the pictures that I took in Japan were from the A7RII. In fact, I used the A7RII in Japan almost exclusively, especially even for vlogging and stuff. And there was a good reason for that. The A7RII was a really good camera. It drives really well, and I've accumulated quite a fair amount of lenses for it. And here's the thing, it feels really sad to like get rid of this because it's been with me for like 4 years now, this body. And you know, one would think that I'd go back to Sony because I already have the lenses for Sony. And here's the thing, I didn't go back to Sony. This thing is officially being shelved or sold. I don't know as of yet, but I'm contemplating. It does hold a very special place in my heart though, and I'm kind of sad to like not use this again. But times move on, and we need to as well. So what you're seeing being filmed on right now, what we're filming on, is the Canon 5D Mark IV. Then that is the camera that I have gotten as a B camera. Well, during my work, it's mostly my A camera. And then I've got a equivalent of it right here. This is my new camera, the Canon EOS R. There is a reason why I've swapped down to the EOS R, and even took the things from my Sony cameras. The things that I have figured when I was like using the A7RII was that every time I did a video with it, and this goes the same for when I shot with the A7S II as well, I was always fighting with the codec. I was always trying to fight to see if I could get the most natural colors out of it. For the EOS R, I didn't really have such issues as of yet. I just worked well with it. I shot it in the Canon faithful colors, and it showed up just as it's supposed to look. Even on that 5D4 shoots the same colors as well. So these two complement each other in a way that the Sonys never could, which is a real shame, because I really enjoyed using the Sonys because of the giant sensor they've got inside. So along with the EOS R came with a bunch of Canon glass that I needed. Right now we're filming on the EF 24-70 f2.8 Mark II because honestly that was a little bit cheaper, and I couldn't afford the Mark III. It was quite expensive. We also have the Canon 16-35 f2.8 Mark II as well. I got this one used because it was a pretty old lens, and it was kind of hard to come by. These are both EF glass, by the way, so EF lens is obviously not compatible with the new RF mount that the EOS R has, which is a little bit of a shame. But because Canon was being really nice to us, and they've given us the little EF to RF adapter, which honestly is really helpful. Lets you use all your EF lenses for your EOS R. So good on them. One of the new things that I bought for my camera bag is this. This is probably the best thing I've ever had to spend money on, and it's made by SmallRig, and if you can tell, it's a multi-tool. It's a multi-tool that sort of expands into every single tool that you'll ever need on a shoot. Because I swear to God, the amount of times that I have had the displeasure of being on set and saying, yo, do you have a coin that I can borrow to screw my tripod in? That's super embarrassing, and you don't really want to do that while you're on shoot and being professional and everything. So when you have one of these, people are gonna go to you and say, hey, can I borrow that? And even tells you like which thread these are. So that's a 316, there's a 4, it's a 3, and you even get the little flat base to screw your tripod in, which is very helpful. I highly recommend this, and it's not even that expensive. And it's probably like one of the nicest things that you can own as a as a filmmaker, as a videographer, as a whatever you call yourself. So The SmallRig multi-tool, highly recommended. This is one of the best things I've bought, and I think it'll continue to be. I guess right now I'm a Canon shooter. I never thought I'd be one of those guys that use Canon because I've been on Sony for so long. I thought I'd just stay on Sony for life because I'm comfortable. As impossible as it sounds, I got comfortable with the Sony menus, which is one of the complaints. But here we are, shooting with Canon and putting Sony away. It will take some time to get used to, and I've only had the EOS R for about, I want to say 4 days now since time of recording, and I haven't had the chance to use it as much. But from the brief time that I've used it, it feels like it's going to be great. It's going to make my life so much easier in terms of post-production and just not having to fight the colors anymore. So honestly, in a little bit of reflection, I maybe would have waited a bit more for the EOS R5, but I was always going to get the EOS R5. The problem with the EOS R, the 5D4, was that the 4K came with a crop. The thing is, I don't shoot 4K anymore. I shoot in 1080p. I shoot in Full HD. So crop or no crop, it really doesn't matter to me that much. And it's a little bit bittersweet to say goodbye to the Sony and to its lenses, but if they can find a good home, I'm really happy for it. And honestly, this camera's been through a lot. If you can tell, there you go. You can see that the memory card door is like ruined. The rubbers come off. There's scuffs everywhere, but it shows that the camera's well used and it is still very reliable. So I hope you enjoyed me talking about my new toy, the Canon EOS R. For those of you who have an EOS R out there, and feel free to drop some pictures in the comments. I don't know how to do that. Drop a link to the pictures in the comments. I'll go have a look at it, because I really want to enjoy this. And of course, with the lockdown gradually lifting in Singapore, maybe it's time to break this guy out into the wild and finally put it through his paces, because I'm very excited to do that. Other than that, I will see you all soon. And if if you like the video, like button down there, subscribe button down there. It doesn't cost you anything. And yeah, take care.